Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome back to our discussion on Sokkanatha Venba, verse number 4. Let's look at the verse. Kakkai, Nari, Nari, Kalugu, பருந்துக்கு இறையாம் ஆக்கையினை யான் என்று அலையாமல் வாக்கு மனம் எட்டாத வீட்டில் எனை காட்டு துட்டருளம் தட்டாத சொக்கநாதா. Today's verse is yet another verse that we should all be meditating on, we should all be resonating on. After our death, this particular body is going to be fed to dogs, or rather, if we look at it, most of the carnivorous animals or the omnivorous animals and birds are going to feed on this body. And what we are doing is, we think that this body is what we are all about, and we are trying to protect this body so much because we are not able to differentiate the body versus us. So if we look at it, end of the day, what happens to the body is it's going to be fed to the nature. But we don't relate with that, we don't understand that, we think we are this body and we associate ourselves with this body, which is temporary. But what we really need to do is ask Lord Siva to give us a position where words, neither thoughts, none of these are going to be disturbing us. We need to go higher and higher above our words as well as our thoughts, and we need to stay put in that particular place. And what is that place? We all know that is the place where we call it as Shivloka, and Lord Siva resides there. He is the one who is called as Vakku Manadithan, someone who is beyond words and someone who is beyond thoughts. He is beyond everything in this world. He is the only one who can support, guide, and make sure that we stay put in this particular place called as Shivloka. He is the one who doesn't stay with people with malicious thoughts or mind or heart. What is there to do with the malicious thoughts over here? Let's go back to the first line again. They talk about crow or fox or even vultures as well as dogs, etc., which is basically going to feed on this body. Another way to look at it is, you don't need to look at the foxes or vultures outside, but that is nothing but our thoughts. Sometimes we do feel selfish, sometimes we do feel jealous, sometimes we do have all the negative thoughts or the negative qualities. It does come out because we are all, end of the day, we do have Rajasam, Sattviham and Tamasam characters. So we do have those kind of negative or bad qualities. The qualities that is jealousiness or feeling possessive or feeling bad about someone and we want to sabotage someone. We do have those kind of thoughts. Now, those thoughts are feeding on us, as in this particular body, so that those thoughts can grow. Imagine, where does this jealousy come from? Within us. We are the one feeding it. How are we feeding? With this entire body. That is how we are feeding the thought of jealousiness that comes into us. So what we have to do is disassociate ourselves with the thoughts so that it is easy for Lord Siva to bring us to his lotus feet. That is what verse number 4 is all about. Let's not associate ourselves with this body which is temporary. Rather, we need to associate ourselves with Lord Siva, who is going to be beyond any kind of a boundary or a territory. All we have to do is just surrender so that he can guide us in the right path, in the right manner. That's what verse number 4 is all about. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam.